So one of my favorite questions to ask a potential advertiser during a sales meeting is basically, what are the questions that people ask or the things people say the first time they're here that you tend to hear a lot? Because every business owner in the world has heard things over and over and over. And in this particular case, I didn't even know, like I was talking to this person, I didn't know I thought they were like a franchise owner because there are multiple locations for this particular business. And I said, so what do you do? What's your relation to the business? And they said, oh, well, I'm the owner. I'm like, oh, so like your particular business, in this case, it was a brewery. You own all of them? He's like, yeah. And he's local. And I don't think anybody in the world knows that this is like a true local business. Been here for 7 years. I had no idea, which is crazy because I feel like I know everything about Red Bank. The second thing is that he gets a lot of people who come in and they say, like, you know what? I thought you guys were just a brewery. We were here to do like a tasting, and we didn't know you had a full menu and there's a restaurant. This is awesome. So there's a perception about like his business for people that like really don't know much more about it. And that's like also something like, if we're going to do a campaign, this is something we can like educate people with. The last thing he said, people are always like, I had no idea how nice it was in here because it's a little more upscale. And when they see inside how much seating there is, how open it is, like it changes their perception entirely. And there's like a couple of local theaters and people say, hey, you know what? Like next time we're going to the Count Basie, we're going to Two River Theater. This is going to be our stop. So just asking that question, what are the things you tend to hear the most? It opens up all of the opportunity for a campaign. Now, business owners, like they tend to think that, they have ideas about what advertising should be, or like they have perceptions about their own business. So sometimes like it takes a little work to kind of help them understand the outside perception and like what we need to do to educate people that will ultimately bring them in.